3, 2, 1.
My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders.
These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line.
This is going to be a live trading video. Here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade.
Wow, I'd love to get in on this.
Technical insights that really look good to me.
There we go. We're live.
Well, hello friends, and welcome back to another live stream. My name is Nick. I talk all about trading Forex, and today we are back and doing it again. Thank you for being here. Shout out to my friends who are already in the chat. You guys are the best for getting here early. Let's see some of you guys who are already in the chat. We got Pavan, we got Julian, Jabari, Gaming D, Victor, Kumar, Elijah, again, Victor, Pivot Trading Expert, Classy Johnson, Nick God or what? That's an interesting one. Haven't heard that one before. Maybe sell gold. Ooh, we'll have to take a look at some gold today. Brandon, good to see you, my friend. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are in the world. Thanks for being here. We are back doing some more market analysis. Going to be talking about what is going on in the world of Forex specifically. The dollar is on the move. Let's see what else is actually moving today. I forgot to title the stream creatively, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the yen is really weak today. So the yen is moving lower. We've got the euro strengthening today, which I'm going to talk about a little bit as well. And then we also have the Aussie and the Cad both making their moves as well. So we've got some things to look at. Sorry, I meant to full screen that so you can see it a little better. I'm looking at the currency heat map. This is something available on our website, www.a1trading.com. You can go to the home page right here and then just go to currency heat map right there. Access the currency heat map, our COT data, retail sentiment, trade ideas from us, lot size calculator, and about 500,000 more things for free on our website. Just head over to a1trading.com. So again, I'm looking at the currency heat map here. I look at it every day just to get an idea. If you're not already, by the way, if you're looking for, if you like currency strength, if you like trading, you know, the hot movers of the day, we send out stuff all the time on our email newsletter completely for free, talking about whatever's going on that might be of interest to you. So click right here and access that for free. When you go to the A1 Trading website, currency heat map, you can click here and you'll get access to some of our alerts on whatever is moving basically in your email, which might be helpful for some of you guys out there. So yeah, the yen is really weak today. That's interesting. And we also see euro strength, Aussie strength, Cad strength. So how are you guys doing today? How's what are you guys trading today? Drop a comment really quick in the chat box, or if you're watching this video later, what markets are you looking at specifically today? And what would you like me to try and look at for you to just get an idea of sort of some analysis we could do? Guys, I'm a total nerd this weekend. I don't really play a lot of video games. As you guys can probably imagine, the whole, you know, incredible serial entrepreneur lifestyle keeps me pretty busy, right? I'm kidding. I actually have more free time than I probably should. But anyways, this weekend I'm excited for a video game that's dropping out, which I haven't been excited for a video game in a long time because I don't really play games that much. So for any of you guys who are OG gamers, computer gamers, Age of Empires 4. I know this is so nerdy. If you don't know what that is, you're like, Nick, you nerd. But Age of Empires 4, there's like a trial run this weekend, and it's going to be really exciting to play. Aussie New Zealand, Cad Yen again, gold, Aussie Yen, US oil, EJ, GJ, pound dollar. Okay, a couple pound pairs. Yeah, we'll look at some pound pairs. The pound itself is kind of moving today, so we could talk about that a little bit. Talk about the yen as well. And yeah, Age of Empires is bomb. TAP. Age of Empires 4 drops, or at least there's like a trial run this weekend, which I'm nerding out for. Because like I said, I don't really play games very often, but that game when I was a kid was the stuff. I'm a gamer too. I can tell, Gaming D. I would have guessed that actually. Nick, can you teach me how to box? I'm a little rusty, but maybe I could. I could teach you the old 1-2. Loss of $200 today. Okay, well, let's see what we can do, you guys. Let's jump into some analysis. You guys aren't here to hear me rant about games, Maybe I should start a gaming channel though for all my gaming friends. So anyways, let's look at some stuff here. So I've got this pulled up. By the way, you guys, I went back to white on my charts. I don't know. I'm probably the whitest guy you'll meet. So maybe my screen should just be a white, but I am looking at this thing and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I had like this like silver background going on and I liked it. It was actually probably easier on my eyes, but I don't know. I just like the clarity of the full white a little bit more. So I don't know. You guys let me know. What color screens do you like? Age of Empires is a classic along with StarCraft. Yeah, it is. It really is. I never really got too far into StarCraft because I'm like a history guy. I really like history. So Age of Empires is always fun because it's like historical stuff. Today is the giveaway. Yes, today is the giveaway. That's going to be coming out on the email newsletter. So if you subscribed to the email newsletter, you will see whether or not you were the winner. Black 100%. You like that dark screen? I honestly like when I look at dark screens, it's so much better on my eyes. I don't know why. I just like my charts white. Okay, maybe I'll do another poll, you guys. Maybe I'll do a poll afterwards to see what you guys think on average. If we have like a majority of people who like darker screens on that poll, yeah, maybe I'll change it to dark because I like both. But I think most people actually prefer the white screen. I did a poll a long time ago, but maybe times have changed. With that said, sorry for all the delay. Let's jump into this, you guys. Let's talk about the dollar. The dollar today is really interesting in terms of a price action standpoint. We've been seeing this thing have some higher lows. You can see the dollar coming in kind of nice there, shooting off the lows, finding support, finding support. And we saw this kind of go on. We saw a nice 3-bar move there to the upside yesterday in response to retail sales figures coming out better than expected at yesterday's open in the New York session. Right around 24 hours ago, yesterday, we saw a really strong rally for the dollar. Now we saw a little bit of a retracement, and now you can see what was resistance now seems to be acting this morning as support. Is that headed back to the highs? Well, truthfully, as much as I hate to admit it, because I am short Euro USD, which I'll show you guys in a second. I took a short position on the euro against the dollar. And as much as I hate to admit it, this looks very bullish for price action. It does look like we could see a move back up to 93 to at least tag these levels here at resistance. So do I close my position right now? Do I look to keep holding it? Well, I'll talk about that in just a second. For those of you guys who are inside of the group, you know I am currently short Euro USD. We're going to discuss that in just a moment. But from a bigger picture standpoint on the dollar, although we are seeing a bit of bullish price action, I'm not quite willing to roll over and say, hey, the dollar is completely going to win out to the upside, because I mentioned this yesterday. We do have a bigger picture sort of downtrend pullback going on. And I do think that even if price does get up to 93, I think you have the potential to see sellers come up into that area and really push this thing lower. For those of you guys who are fellow bears on the dollar like myself, one thing that I want to point out is I do like the dollar, especially if we're able to get a breakout underneath some of this structure, maybe here, but also key area is this trend line here. Right? I really like the idea of a breakout underneath there, because once you start breaking out, if we're able to actually efficiently break through something like 92.5, if we could get under there, I think sellers could take over this thing and push it back down to the lows. So again, I'm getting ahead of myself there because right now it does seem like the dollar is responding bullishly to this area. But if you are a dollar bear like myself, if you're looking for this thing to fail, watch for moves like this. There may be some of that in action, maybe going into next week. Might not be today. Today is Friday, so we might get some weird stuff on the end of the week. But that is basically what we're looking at. Do a white gray gradient. Okay, I guess I need your help with this really quick, because this is going to drive me insane. Okay, let's go to appearance, settings, appearance. Let's do gradient, and help me out with this, you guys. Let me see if I can I just want like a really light tint. Do you like this better? Or do you not like this better? Something like this. Do you like the gradient? I know it's a very small thing, but if you're looking at the screen long enough, it really does make a difference. Do you like the gradient like this? Or do you like the full-blown white? let me know really quick. Just let me get a vibe check in the chat there. It sounds like something so little, but actually for real though, you guys, for those of you who are out there and you're looking at screens a lot, it is strenuous on your eyes. So you have to be careful. I've got these glasses here. These are like blue light glasses. I don't know if they really work or not, but there's mixed opinions on them. But okay, you guys like the gradient? Okay, that's better. Yeah, I don't know. I think I agree because I think like just a little bit too much. See, I don't like it dark. I'm not a fan of that personally. I know that a lot of people really like that, and that's truthfully easier on my eyes. But yeah, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with just a very slight. No, you know what? I want this. There we go. Maybe I could go just barely darker. Okay, there we go. Do that. Click that. Color theme, save as, mix theme. There we go. All right. Thank you guys. It's the little things, but again, if you're looking at the chart long enough, it makes a difference. So there we go. So euro dollar bouncing off the lows here, and that's actually a pretty strong candle so far. We're seeing some pretty good momentum here. And if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can see it even better. Bam, we broke out, retested, and now seeing some dollar strength, which obviously is not the best thing for my euro position. Let's go look at that. So euro USD, am I negative on the trade? Nope, I'm still positive. The entry on this one was kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. We talked about this yesterday. Actually, I shared this on YouTube before I took the trade inside of the VIP group. So let me actually show. Okay, so yeah, what I did, look at this, you guys. Man, I wish every entry was this easy. So what I did is I drew a swing low to swing high, right, using the fibs on the euro dollar. So the 4 hour chart popped up here, nice little rally. Price was making its way here. And yesterday, you guys may have remembered, I pointed out that I really liked the idea of buying the bottom of this channel. And as it came down to the 61.8 and that level there, I took the trade. I shared that trade inside of the group. Here's what it looks like. I'll pull it up so you guys can see that I'm not just saying it. Well, obviously, I mean, you can see my trade, but we'll just show this nonetheless. Okay, so inside of the Discord, I said, hey, I like the euro USD. I'm picking it up and risking 25 pips should price decide to go lower. And who knows, maybe by the end of the day, I'm negative on this trade. But the point is, let's look at some ideas, or let's look at the analysis here. I'll talk about the technicals a little bit more, but basically 61.8 support level, bottom of the channel. Things looked good technically. I like this thing for a long at that level. And I put out my orders, stop loss, etc. And I said fundamentally the dollar looks a bit overhyped today in my view. Despite strong retail sales numbers overall, I'm still bearish on the dollar leading into next week's FOMC meeting, which is actually notable. We've got a big meeting coming up for the Fed next week for the dollar. If you're trading dollar pairs, pay attention to that. And after weak jobs numbers and Jerome Powell's speech regarding a slower than expected recovery and hence a reluctance to raise rates anytime soon. So I was bearish on the euro. I ended up picking, bearish on the dollar, bullish on the euro, and I ended up picking up the trade. You can see it started out really well. So I got in right there, literally right at around the 61.8. Price popped up, and I actually almost, when I woke up this morning, I almost moved my stop loss to break even, but I decided not to. I decided to give this thing a little bit more room to run. So usually what I'll do is, around 1R, I like to move my stop loss, right? So there's 1R. What I mean by R is my initial risk. So I have my stop loss in place in case things go completely against me, right? I've got my stop loss there. But what I've also done is I've said, well, if this thing keeps going in my favor, then I'll look to basically continue to hold it. On the flip side, if price comes all the way back down and crashing, I'm actually willing to take that. I'm willing to take the risk here of my initial risk. So I didn't move my stop loss initially, even though I tagged about 1R right around there. And the main reason is because I just want to give this thing a little bit more room to try and get to the top of this channel. So I have stop loss rules that I follow, but when it comes to move my stops to break even, it very much depends on what the price action is doing. So I like to read price action, not only to get into my trade, but also to manage my trade. So again, we had this big pin bar there. And I am willing to continue to hold this trade because it does look like we very well could come back to retest the entry. If that holds, then great. I'll look to try and make some money on this thing if it wants to keep moving higher. But if it decides to come down and crash through the lows, I'm not going to get smoked by that or anything. That's just a small loss. So I do have my euro position open. For those of you guys who are inside of the group and seeing the trade, if I make any adjustments to this trade, if I change the stop loss, if I trail stops, if I close the position for the weekend, you guys will see that inside of the group. Again, I share everything inside of Discord. If you're not already in our Discord and you would like to join the Discord, there's a link down below in the description. You can join there. And there's also a promo code. When you watch these live streams, there's a code that is linked down below in the description. If you use that when you're signing up, you'll get a discount off of your membership price should you decide to join our chat room. If you're out there and you're just losing money, I highly encourage you. Try our group for 1 month. Soak up as much as you can. You can download all the PDFs we have to offer. You can watch live streams inside of the group or the coaching calls that we do here. We do live webinars with Joe Bareka from Australia. You can see some of the trades we're taking. You can take notes. You can learn. You can join the chat room and meet other traders. In 1 month, give it a try. If you don't like it, then it's a very small cost. It's not that much money. And if you do like it, you might find that it takes your trading way past where you're currently sitting. If you're just out there and you're losing money and you have no idea, take a small investment of your time and your money, put in the work, come join us. We're not here to, do it all for you and to make you rich quick. None of that BS stuff that you see on the internet. If you're seriously interested in trading, this Discord is the place to be. I am not exaggerating that. We have some seriously talented people in here and some really good educators and some great tactics to sort of take you to that next level. So of course you can watch plenty of stuff for free on YouTube. Obviously you're watching my YouTube channel for free and I'm not forcing you or anything like that to pay for stuff, but I am saying that if you are serious about trading, try it for 1 month. If you enjoy the content, obviously it's all free and you can keep watching that. And if that's helpful to you, then awesome, I'm glad. But I would also say, if you can try the Discord, if you can swing, the $40 a month just to try it out, we've got a whole staff of people here in Atlanta that are working really hard to make it the best community for Forex traders. Victoria hits us with that. It's worth it, people. It really is. It really is. We've priced it as best we possibly can for the amount of people and time that goes into managing it. I think it's well worth the attempt. Look at that. My euro position is not going so well here on camera. Look at that, you guys. That's not good. Maybe I should freak out. Maybe I should just panic and close this thing right now. Who knows? Might actually be the right call. It is a Friday, so sometimes you get some craziness on Friday. But I really do. I did like my entry. My entry was pretty good on this at the euro. I bought it at the lows here at support 61.8. I'm feeling pretty good about my entry and still willing to hold this thing, even though those are some strong sell-off candles. Did we get some news, you guys? Is there anything in the news for the dollar today? I didn't think there was. Let me look. What's today? Yeah, there was no major news. Is there something that's going on that's causing the dollar to get strong here today? Because the dollar is really coming in hot. Look at that. The dollar is bouncing strong. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, I also do like the euro though. And I think that the euro had some interesting news as well. So I don't know. We'll see. This thing might come out and be a loser, but it happens. Just another Friday, says KD Mo. Yeah, we'll see. Let's take a look at the pound dollar here next. Pound dollar I do also like, but it didn't give me quite the entry signal that Euro USD did. You can kind of see I've been playing around with this one. I took a couple decent trades, took a break-even trade here. So this was my recent trade. You can see all my orders, by the way. There's where I went long, closed out here, went long, closed out in the same candle, went long. This was a break-even trade. So I know it's kind of hard to see on the screen, but you can, if I zoom in a little bit, you can hopefully see my broker orders like right there, the little pegs on the screen. But anyways, the pound dollar, I'm still interested in long, but the price action has pretty much turned bearish on me recently. And I'm actually glad that I stopped out of that trade. I've got that one filmed. It is scheduled in the queue to come up on YouTube. So I've been filming a lot of my trades recently. I'm actually filming that euro trade. So we'll see if that one becomes a losing trade posted up on YouTube or not. But the pound, I do like long. I do think that it has potential. And the thing is though, the price action when it is bearish like this, it's not something that I can just force my way into. So I did try and take some attempts. I really liked the idea of a buy there. It worked out temporarily, but then price rolled over, formed that lower high. So what I'm looking at the pound, a couple levels stick out to me. So we may see a little bit more sell side for the pound. We may see this thing want to come down and retest levels like 1 point, what is that? What is the low there? 1.375, somewhere in this range. That very well could come into play maybe next week. So if you're watching the pound, watch for a retest of those lows, maybe of interest to you if you're a bull. In terms of resistance, you do, of course, have the previous top where we saw sellers get pretty strong. So yeah, that was a really great move when it was on the upside. And then now the sellers just seem to have gotten stronger here. So the dollar for now does seem like it has some strength. We'll have to watch this. We'll have to watch to see how that dollar ends up being this week, how the end of the week goes. But going into next week, I do like the pound long, though I would really like to see some form of price action kind of play out. If we look at the 1 hour chart too, you can kind of see that this morning, we're getting a little bit of a retest here. So you've got this zone. So we can zoom in just a little bit more here. So yeah, you had the pound dollar here today, really just struggling to break out. You can see there's a high, there's a high, there's a high, possible high there. Again, bearish structure here on the hourly. If you're watching this thing with a bullish perspective, maybe going into next week, you could look at something like this. Can we get a breakout? Can we get something like this? In that case, absolutely, you would probably be seeing me. If you're inside of the private group, you'll probably see me looking for more pound longs. I do like the pound long, but I've got to see price action sort of agree with me to get me in, because there's been many times, you guys, where I have a bullish bias on something fundamentally, but then technically it just doesn't line up. There's just not the entry signal for me. So for example, what if I'm bullish on the pound fundamentally, and I do like it, but we see price action just completely fall through the floor? In that case, that would actually be fine with me because I didn't get in. I would prefer to wait for something like this to look for that signal that price is showing signs of wanting to break higher, wanting to make a further push north, right? I'm not a big fan of just buying something that is just bleeding out or selling. I like to be in on a pullback on something that overall is sort of rising. And we're just not quite seeing that. I still, like I said, I have a special place in my heart right now for pound dollar bulls, just because you guys, of course, I keep bragging about my trade that I took, right? I bought it literally down here, sold it somewhere around here. That was one of my better trades this year, actually, probably my best trade this year in terms of dollar amount. I shared the trade on YouTube in case you haven't seen that video. It was a crazy one, I'll say that much. You can go find it on my YouTube channel. It's one of my recent videos. But looking at the pound now, like I said, I want to be long on it, but I've got to see price action line up for that. So biggest thing that I'm talking about here is, of course, that hourly trend line. Would love to see that thing break out somewhere to the upside, and then looking for stuff like that. Maybe going into next week. One can hope. We'll have to wait and see if that can come up. We will get to gold, my friends who are asking about gold. We'll get there. Don't you worry. Let's continue on. We'll take a look now at Gbp Jpy. Speaking of the pound, someone had requested this pair. We could definitely take a look. I do want to also caution you, for those of you guys who are looking at the pound yen, keep an eye on the fact that you had this sort of massive pull to the downside there. Sellers just got really strong. I took an L on this one as well. You can see I actually took this was did I post this video already? I might have already posted that video yesterday. I've been filming so many trades, I'm forgetting which ones are getting uploaded. I took a trade literally like right around here, and I was able to finish filming that video within the same hour because I got stopped out. So not the best scenario, not ideal, of course, but I'm glad that I got out, because look what happened. I mean, that thing kept bleeding out. So now we do see price starting to try and push back up. Is it going to continue? Is it going to fail? Well, I would just say be cautious, because again, when you have a big sell pull like that, when you have this major, impulsive move to the downside, there are oftentimes sellers who want to get involved on a retest. And actually, you can see there's possibly where some sellers picked up some orders. You may have had a lot of people who were sitting around here with their orders saying, hey, I will sell this thing if it gets up to resistance. You had some pretty clear resistance, actually. So again, pound yen, I would say, looks bearish here on the lower time frames here on the 1 hour chart today. Will there be some follow through? That's going to be the question. You've kind of got, even on the lower time frames, if you were looking at this thing like, 15-minute chart, you may be able to draw in something like this. If you watch that for a break to the downside today, there may be some pound bearishness that could last throughout Friday if you're a day trader. So keep an eye on something like that. If you do like pound yen, like I said, bullish case would be if we can break above this and start to get higher. But for me, really, that would just be a pause still. Again, I loved pound yen long back here. I was digging this. I was down for all that, right? Then once we saw this, I basically hopped out pretty dang quick. I already posted the GJ trade. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I forget sometimes which ones I posted and which ones I haven't. We have 412 people watching today. If you're enjoying the stream, leave a like. It'll be much appreciated. Thank you, Dade, and thank you to you guys who are here with us live. Always appreciate you guys showing up. It really does mean a lot to me. I sometimes mention the fact that at one point in my college bedroom, I would stream, and I was proud if we would get 5 people to come hang out. Like, that was awesome. So now we get streams that get like 500 to 1,000 people in them sometimes, and that is just crazy. So thank you guys for being here. If you're new to my stream, I want to invite you to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want more free trading content. YouTube is cool because when you subscribe to a channel like mine, what you're telling YouTube is, hey, I want more trading content. So if you're serious about trading, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, get in on some of the action with us. We do this Monday through Friday. You can come back, hang out, learn, trade with us, talk about ideas, all sorts of stuff. So hit that subscribe button and chill with us in the future. We do this Monday through Friday. And there's, like I said, there's always people in the chat who are the regulars who are just like, we're just chilling here. So if you want to come hang out with us, again, that's your invitation. Pound yen looks pretty clean. I'm not going to lie. Let's, I want to show you guys this. I wanted to look at some of the scans for today on the A1 trend scanner. Had a couple pop up here. So what this is a tool for MetaTrader 4. If you use MetaTrader 4, this may be of interest to you. Had a couple that I wanted to talk about here. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, and you can see that there's a couple various markets that are printing some interesting signals. One of which was Euro Yen. Euro Yen looking kind of interesting. You can see with these moving averages that you have the 20, the 50, and the 100 plugged into the tool. And what you'll notice is that we had kind of a change in direction on the Euro Yen. So if you're watching Euro Yen was in this really strong upward trend, and you can see the moving averages reflect that. Once a trend is really, really strong, usually you see all 3 moving averages sort of lining up. And there we go. We shot off to the moon there. Then we sort of double topped, right? Double topped there on Euro Yen. And then we started putting in those lower highs. Now what we see, look at this. So it already printed this. I pulled this up on stream before we started, and it's already following through. Check this out. So here is the euro against the yen. So when I'm looking at the Euro Yen here, it's basically printing that all 3 moving averages are trending lower. So we're seeing a downtrend on this market. On top of that, we're also printing overbought on the RSI, which is giving us a signal that this thing may be sell side because, again, trending lower, overbought. And so if you're in on that trade, if any of you have caught some of this, then definitely check that out. Euro Yen could be due to make a push back lower. So we'll see if this has anything to offer. I should also add that Aussie New Zealand is another currently one that's really of interest to me. Check this out. So again, the scanner basically picked up the fact that all 3 moving averages trending lower, and you have a price action reading that is looking a bit overbought. So those 2 things combined has produced what you see here, which is the bearish trend filter and a sell signal. Now, there are other markets out there, for example, like NZD-CHF. This one is bullish, but there is no signal. So you can see it's bullish here on the trend category, but there is no actual signal being produced. Aussie New Zealand is bearish and producing a signal. So that gives you some added confluence to possibly look at the sell side for this market. So yeah, couple things to think about there. I do like using this tool. I'm going to try and bring it up more often on the stream just because it is really useful for finding sort of like today's current stuff, whatever's going on. Let's look at one more. Cad Yen, not my favorite because it's a bit choppy here, but technically still producing a possible signal. And truthfully, if you were catching it up there, then you're probably looking pretty good on the Cad Yen sell. Euro NZD sell. Again, not my favorite price action, a little bit choppy here back and forth. And then let's see, is there anything else of interest? Let's look at like 1 hour. Euro GBP sells, Aussie Cad sells. Ooh, that might be interesting. Aussie Cad. We can go even lower time frame for the day traders out there. Look at that. You got all sorts of things. Gold is printing as potentially bullish. So that's interesting. Aussie Yen. Ooh, that one's clean. Look at the 15-minute chart. Aussie Yen pulling back, strong trending market, producing a signal, as you can see right there. So bullish and printing a bullish buy signal right around this area. So we'll see if any of those play out. But again, just wanted to share that. It also just helps me to look at some various charts that I may not otherwise look at on the regular. So again, if you'd like access to that tool, the A1 Trend Scanner is available on our website. What I'll do is I'll drop a link here in the chat just so you guys can grab this. Let me see. So there's the A1 Trend Scanner. If you would like to get a copy of that, I just dropped a link to get that. And you can check that out if you would like. So it's linked down below in the chat room, or I put it in the chat box there. So yeah, it scans up to 30 charts. So if you have like whatever charts that you like to look at, you can adjust them to fit onto the A1 Trend Scanner, and you can use it how you'd like. Aussie Cad looks good. Yeah, let's go look at Aussie Cad. So the Trend Scanner pointed out Aussie Cad, but let's go actually look at Aussie Cad itself. Do some analysis on top of that. So Aussie Cad, very interesting. So plenty of sell side here. And I would say, truthfully, it's kind of testing the limits of this trend line here. But again, look at that candle here on that's a 1 hour candle. You had a price pop above this area and then sellers came in. So that may be an interesting zone of resistance. So we can actually draw a fib. Is this a fib level? It is 38.2. Okay. And then also here at resistance. So yeah, Aussie Cad looks kind of interesting. Possible short side. And what I like about this too is that there's some decent risk to reward, especially if you're like a swing trader like me. Let's say for example you're looking at this thing and you say, okay, I like Aussie Cad to the short side. Something like this. Stop somewhere above price a bit. And then if you're just betting on the trend to continue, that's a reasonable trend continuation play. And if you're more patient, you could even go for something bigger, right? Something like a 3-to-1. That's the sort of trade that I'd be looking at. I actually really like Aussie Cad today. That's an interesting technical analysis standpoint. And again, that's the whole point of the A1 Trend Scanner is it looks at a bunch of different markets for you and alerts you. I may not have even looked at Aussie Cad today if not for the A1 Trend Scanner. So I've caught a lot of trades with it so far. It's been really helpful to me just finding, the most trendy markets. So Spino, who's going to be the winner of the giveaway? You need cash. Well, it's random, so you're one in however many people applied. I think it's quite a bit, but the winner will be announced on our email newsletter. So if you're not already on our email newsletter, you'll need to sign up. If you already entered the giveaway and you used the link and you signed up on the forum there, then you'll be on our newsletter, which that's where we're going to be sharing it sometime today. So $100 will be given to someone there. Look at that Aussie Cad coming right up into resistance as we look at it. I don't love that candle there. That's a little bit of a bullish candle. So I may look at it a little bit lower time frame, perhaps off stream. But again, just another interesting one to keep an eye on. XAU USD, let's take a look at gold here. Look at that gold pushing back down. Tried to get a bounce going, and you can see sellers were ready. Sellers were really willing to push this thing right on back down. If we draw a fib from the high to the low, you can see we never even made it to 38.2. We came close, and depending on how you drew it, maybe if you drew it like this, 1 hour chart, yeah, then you've got a fib retest, which is that would make a little bit of sense. So let's draw this right there. So from this swing high to swing low, we put in the fibs. You can see 38.2, the 50%, 61.8, came up to that 38.2, and sellers just came in so strong today as the dollar continues to rally this morning. So if you're watching gold, I would say this thing is bearish to end the week. Like, I don't think, it's possible that you get a pop back up towards the end of the day, but it does look like gold is really just having a crushing defeat of a week. So I'm profitable now, but I don't have money to deposit. That's why I need it. Been trading demo for 1 year. Well, the thing is, it's random. So it doesn't matter how much, so-and-so needs it. It's going to go to a random person. Nothing against you, but to be fair to the, other several, hundreds of people that joined the giveaway, it's going to be random. Bro, if I knew about A1 trading before, well, you're here now. That's all that matters. Thank you for being here. So gold, I will say it did get a bit of a bounce there off the 1750 mark, 1745. You've got some really strong bounce there previously. So if price comes back down to that area, you may see another attempt by buyers, but truthfully, this level doesn't really look super stable either. It's not like this is the context of like a really strong uptrend. This is the context of a really sideways market. So I just wouldn't put a tremendous amount of faith in this level, especially when we see such a quick rejection off of the retest. I think it's very possible that if sellers stay strong, if the dollar goes really, really, big next week, you may see a push down to 1720, 1725, somewhere in that area. Very possible for price to want to retest these lows. And, truthfully, if sellers really take over this market, which they seem to have done so far, they could push it right back down to the spike low, right down there at 1680. It's very possible that we could see that coming into the markets there. What do you think about Trader Central Fund? Good question. They are actually our sponsor. And anytime we do sponsorship partnerships, what we do is we'll go take a look at what they offer and what they have available. If you guys are looking to get funded, Traders Central is sponsoring these streams. You can see it up there at the top right of the screen. Get funded in 24 hours using Trader Central. They do have some really cool options and offerings. So I would encourage you to go check them out. There's a link down below in the description. It's the third link in the description. If you go check it out, you can go do some research on them, do your due diligence, of course, read up on them, but they may be an option for you to consider if you're looking to get funded. If you don't have a lot of trading capital, that may be an option for you. So check them out down below in the description. Traders Central, get funded in 24 hours. Again, link is down below. So what I just said. Down below in the description. You can go check them out if you would like to go do your due diligence, check them out, see if they are worth your time. There are lots of different funding programs out there. So, of course, do your homework and compare everything, but check them out for sure. All right, so that's gold, and that's going to be everything for today, you guys. Thank you very much for being here. Happy Friday to you. I hope you have a nice weekend. If you are newer to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can come back next week and do more analysis with us. I appreciate you showing up and being a part of what we did today. You guys are awesome. Seriously, all the comments, all the support has just been so great. So I really do appreciate it. Guys, have a great weekend, and we will see you back next time.
I know you were expecting Nick, but my name's Julie and I do the real work around here. I wanted to take a second to thank you guys for watching the show and tell you more about some free content that we offer. One of the things that we offer is a free email newsletter. So if you click the link down below, you can sign up for free market analysis, trading tips, and exclusive offers. Every once in a while, someone here at A1 Trading takes a crazy trade and you'll be the first one to know about it. See you guys next time.